Imagine this. Your body is a high-performance machine, but for most of the day, that machine is stuck in one position, parked in a chair, hunched over a keyboard, tense behind a steering wheel. Over time, the gears get stiff, the cables shorten, and movement, once effortless, starts to feel like a chore. You wake up with a tight back. Your neck feels like it's made of stone. But what if there was a way to hit the refresh button? No expensive massage, no grueling gym session, just 10 minutes. 10 minutes of deliberate, gentle lengthening. It sounds too simple to be a biological breakthrough, but inside your cells, a silent transformation begins the moment you reach. Today, we're looking at the evidence-based reality of daily stretching. Because what happens to your muscles, your blood, and your brain after just 30 days is a total systemic upgrade. Before we look at the timeline, we have to define the habit. We aren't talking about intense, painful contortions. We are talking about static stretching. This means moving into a position where you feel a gentle pull, not pain, and holding it for 30 to 60 seconds, 10 minutes a day. It is perhaps the most accessible health habit on the planet, but while it looks like you're doing very little on the outside, on the inside, your body is rewriting its own physical limitations. And the most surprising part, the first changes don't even happen in your muscles, they happen in your brain. The moment you start your first 10-minute session, your nervous system takes notice. Your muscles have built-in security guards. These are called muscle spindles and Golgi tendon organs. Their job is to monitor tension and stop you from overextending and snapping a tendon. When you live a sedentary life, these guards are on high alert. They keep your muscles tight and short to protect them from perceived danger. But as you breathe into a stretch on day one, you're sending a biological telegram to your brain. The message is, we are safe, you can let go. Within minutes, your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, takes the wheel. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone, begins to dip. The physical tension held in your shoulders and jaw starts to dissolve. By day 3, you'll notice a subtle shift. You aren't necessarily longer yet, but you feel lighter. The background noise of physical discomfort begins to fade. By the end of the first week, the biology shifts from the nerves to the joints. Inside your joints, there is a specialized lubricant called synovial fluid. Think of it as the WD-40 for your bones. Inactivity makes this fluid thick and sluggish. Daily movement and stretching act like a pump. As you move through your 10-minute routine, you're circulating this fluid, coating the cartilage and reducing friction. This is why that morning stiffness starts to vanish. At the same time, your blood vessels are responding. Harvard Health notes that stretching helps improve blood flow to the muscles. Fresh oxygen and nutrients are being delivered to the very fibers that were previously starved of circulation. You'll find that walking feels smoother. Getting out of bed feels less like a negotiation with your spine. This is where the habit enters the structural phase. If you've been consistent for nearly a month, your muscle fibers are starting to adapt. Muscles are made of tiny units called sarcomeres. While many think muscles just stretch like rubber bands, the reality is more complex. Research suggests that consistent daily stretching encourages your muscles to undergo adaptations, making them functionally longer and more efficient over time. Your range of motion, or ROM, is now visibly improved. According to a 2023 study in PMC, even 10 minutes of daily focus is enough to create a significant increase in joint flexibility. If you're over 45, this is your primary insurance policy against aging. You're reversing the natural shrinking of tissues that comes with a sedentary life. Your posture begins to correct itself naturally. Because your chest muscles are no longer pulling your shoulders forward, you stand taller without even trying. After 90 days of consistent 10-minute sessions, you have reached a new biological normal. Your risk of injury is now significantly reduced. Flexible muscles and tendons can absorb more mechanical energy before they reach a breaking point. The Mayo Clinic emphasizes that this increased flexibility improves your balance and coordination. For those in the 45-plus demographic, this is the ultimate longevity tool. It's the difference between a simple trip being a minor event or a life-altering injury. But the benefits have moved beyond the physical. By now, your 10-minute stretch has become a mental sanctuary. Research indicates that a short, dedicated stretching routine can significantly lower anxiety levels. You've trained your brain to associate physical lengthening with mental calm. Your sleep quality has improved, partly because your body isn't fighting chronic muscle tension throughout the night. Let's talk about the silent benefit, your vascular health. Many people think only high-intensity cardio helps the heart. The science says otherwise. Stretching can support better circulation throughout the body. When you stretch, you are momentarily compressing blood vessels in the muscle. When you release the stretch, blood rushes back in with renewed force. This flushing effect helps clear out metabolic waste products that accumulate in stagnant tissue. Furthermore, stretching may stimulate the release of molecules like nitric oxide, which helps your arteries relax and dilate. It's a gentle daily workout for your entire circulatory system, keeping your pipes flexible and supporting healthy blood pressure levels. We live in a flexed world. We flex our hips to sit in chairs. We flex our necks to look at our phones. We flex our spines over our keyboards. This constant flexion causes what scientists call adaptive shortening. Your body literally thinks you want to be shaped like a C-clamp. 10 minutes of daily stretching, specifically focusing on the hip flexors, chest, and neck, acts as the biological antidote. By lengthening the muscles that are usually cramped and shortened, you allow your skeleton to return to its natural, upright alignment. This takes the direct pressure off your lower back. It helps stop the tension headaches caused by tech neck. You don't just look better, your internal organs actually have more room to function properly. There is a profound link between your muscle tension and your mood. The vagus nerve, which controls your body's calm down response, passes through areas often tightened by stress, like the neck and the diaphragm. Stretching, especially when combined with slow, deliberate breathing, stimulates the vagus nerve. This is why you feel a glow after a stretching session. It's not just a feeling, it's a chemical shift. By focusing on your breath as you lengthen your muscles, you are lowering your baseline state of high alert. In a world that is constantly screaming for your attention, these 10 minutes are a biological reset for your brain. Strategic engagement break. Quick pause, because this could change your daily routine. If you're starting to realize that your body is much more adaptable than you've been told, hit the like button. It helps this science-based health information reach more people. And I want to know, what's the one part of your body that feels the tightest right now? Your lower back, your neck, your hips? Comment below. It helps us decide which specific routines to cover in our next animation. And make sure to subscribe. Every week, we break down exactly how your body works so you can take control of your health. Now, let's talk about how to do this safely, because there is one mistake most people make. Here is a vital piece of advice from Harvard Health. Never stretch a cold muscle. Think of your muscles like a rubber band. If you put a rubber band in the freezer and then pull it, it snaps. But if you warm it up in your hands, it becomes incredibly elastic. Before your 10 minutes of stretching, do 5 minutes of dynamic movement. Walk around the house, do some gentle arm circles, get the blood moving. Once the tissue is warm, then you can safely lengthen it. And remember, stretching should feel like a useful discomfort, not a sharp pain. If you're shaking or gasping for air, you've gone too far. Respect the tissue, and it will reward you. You might think, if 10 minutes is good, is an hour better? Actually, for most people, the answer is no. The greatest return on investment happens in those first 10 minutes. Research shows that the body reaches a point of diminishing returns after a certain period of tension. 10 minutes is long enough to cover all the major muscle groups, the quads, hamstrings, hip flexors, back, and chest, but short enough to fit into a busy life. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Stretching for 10 minutes every day is far more effective than stretching for 70 minutes once a week. Your cells need the constant daily signal to stay supple and open. Our ancestors didn't have stretching routines because their lives were the routine. They reached for fruit, they squatted to cook, they climbed, they moved through their full range of motion every single day. Our modern environment has robbed us of that natural movement. When you stretch for 10 minutes, you aren't doing something extra. You are giving your body the basic maintenance it was designed for. You are reclaiming your human birthright of fluid, painless movement. If your body could talk to you after a month of daily stretching, it wouldn't complain about the 10 minutes you lost. It would thank you. It would say, "Thank you for letting me breathe. Thank you for loosening the grip on my joints. Thank you for letting me move the way I was meant to." Flexibility isn't just about being able to touch your toes. It's about being able to tie your shoes when you're 80. It's about playing with your grandkids without pain. It's about life without physical limits. It's only 10 minutes, and your future self is waiting for you to start. Final question. Would you commit to just 10 minutes of stretching today if you knew it could protect your mobility for the next 30 years? Tell me day one in the comments if you're starting today. I'll see you in the next video.